Hey guys, welcome to Fumbles and Fame. We are the Punday Knights coming at you from Belgium and Sweden and the good old USA. And tonight we're playing Tales from the Yawning Portal, the Ben edition of Fausto's regular game. I am your host this evening, Dungeon Master Ben, and with us tonight we have Fausto.
Greetings everyone, I'm Fausto and I will be playing Zardas, the tribal barbarian zealot of Poseidon.
Indeed. Then we have Eric.
Hey, I'm playing Alexander Radovich, the High Elf Rogue Ranger. And sadly now, half of the bromance.
Aww. And we'll
Rip.
get back to that in a minute. Otherwise we have Sten.
I'll be playing Tarlin, the Drow Warlock and Historian.
And then, of course, Kevin.
And I'll be playing Yinken, the Circle of Dreams Druid and Anthropologist.
Indeed. And sadly, very sadly indeed, our mate Yorid has decided that he must prioritize fatherhood and other elements of his life, so he's leaving us, which means that, unfortunately, Lavarian may have to take up some duties with Eliastri in the future. Before we get too far into things, we're playing on Roll20 tonight. We are not associated with Wizards of the Coast LLC, the current custodians of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. With that out of the way, I think we can probably get back to recounting what has occurred recently in the game. So our heroes have found themselves in the underworld realm of Hades, and after having traversed some of the monsters of the underworld with alarming speed and efficiency, our heroes met back up with the great Grecian hero Zardas and 5 of his crew members that somehow managed to survive harpies and the 2 remaining Gorgon sisters, which were promptly slain by our heroes without them getting a single turn, I believe.
They never managed to get ahead.
They didn't, but you guys did. Quite literally.
Go high level play.
Go high level play, yes. Though they did make their way past several of the rivers of the underworld to eventually get to the Styx Crossing, where they met what seems to be an old acquaintance of Tarlin's, a mysterious Shisa, who, transforming into a snake, begged the party to help her across the river Styx, and she hid in Alexander's coat. And then our guys actually crossed the Styx, and that's basically where we're up to date. They've just been dropped off by Sharon, the ferryman, who seemed rather nonchalant about their presence as long as they were paying their way. And one thing that they might notice is the entrance to Hades' palace in the underworld proper. I think it's Erebus. You see a massive 3-headed hound of some kind with a snake-like tail, and this must be the Cerberus of legend. So yeah, guys, you have found your way across the river Styx. Now, Alexander, you are having your bromance discussions with Lavarian when your spidey senses begin to tingle, and you I'll just move this camera back. You detect the presence of a nearby portal emerging, and just out over the waters, a sliver of moonlight turns from a tiny little beam into something so bright it could almost be the sun, but it's definitely moonlight. and from within, Lavarian looks up as if hearing a voice that you guys cannot hear. And he turns around, his face very worried and concerned. And he bows his head and says, "I'm sorry, but the goddess calls to me, and I am needed there more than I am needed here. We hopefully will be reunited soon, but do what you can to defeat Shadow Throne and get the weapons we're here for." And with that, he leaps out across the waters of the river Styx, but is swallowed up by this portal, which takes him away. And you guys are left in the darkness with just these braziers and the light that you brought with you sort of glowing, feeling the warmth of his aura and the protection that it brought dissipating and slipping away. And you guys don't know when you might feel its comforting embrace again.
Before he leaves, I would give him the shield that's normally strapped to my backpack.
Yep, sure. So he leaves the group for now. Who knows if we will see him again or not. Which leaves you guys in the predicament of looking at the gates to, for all intents and purposes, some kind of form of hell, although not quite the abyss or the nine hells. This is something quite different, although the cosmology of the multiverse is kind of a bit complex when it comes to things. So what you guys actually see is the gatehouse of let's see. Yes, once again, you see the gates with the words etched in them, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here." And as you sort of disembarked and bid farewell to your friends, Shisa sort of slithers out from under Alexander's coat and takes humanoid form again.
There's a snake in my coat.
And she sort of like absent-mindedly looks about over at the enormous hound. And you see a sort of stream of the dead disembarking the ferry. Shortly, it looks like Sharon is about to return to the other side. And you can see this stream of souls entering these great gates. I can sort of like zoom out a little bit. You can look at this great map that is from the module Odyssey, which is a great campaign set in the Greek sort of mythos, although with different gods. So you can see this gatehouse, and yes, these 4 braziers either side of these immense steps, and you can see the spirits sort of making this progression up towards the steps. And the dog, well, 3-headed dog creature seems to not have a problem with their sort of passing and proximity. They seem to be, in fact, passing by it without any real issue.
Let's see if it's the same for us. I actually look at Shisa and I say, "Do you know anything about this little puppy here?"
Good question. Let's have Shisa roll for her. She does have the bardic knowledge, so perhaps she can tell you something. Let's see. Oh, not
I can
trained
tell
in
you he's
history
a very good boy. With a very dangerous noodle on his back.
All right, so she's like, "I know nothing of this place. Only that the sword is here. We must pass this creature."
Why would your sword find its way here? Isn't it a patron all of its own? Shouldn't it go somewhere else?
I only know where the sword is.
The Titan gave the sword to Hades, if I remember right.
Indeed, yes, that was the case. That you guys procured the weapons and gave them to Zadara, and it
Oh,
appears that she has distributed them amongst the Greek pantheon.
I forgot that little note, my bad.
Oh, good.
Lots been happening in the past weeks or months or however long it's been since we've been on this journey.
Yeah.
Indeed. Although Fausto, you can still roll a history check if you want. Because I think the last one you failed, but it was for the River Styx, not for Cerberus. Alright, a 10. So what you do recall is that he is the Hound of Hell, and Hades or Hades' pet. He's chiefly responsible for keeping the souls out, from escaping rather, from Hades, rather than keeping them from approaching. Although he is still a guardian. So were an enemy to approach, for example, mortals that don't belong there, like Orpheus, for example, had to use music to lull the beast to sleep, whereas Heracles had to fight the beast and subdue him, and I believe actually kidnapped him.
Well, if my cousin can do that, I shall not be less than him.
Do you have a big enough dog collar?
We shall have to improvise, Talin.
True.
Let's try not to piss off the dog unless we have to.
I shall step forward with my Sharkonauts.
He's gonna piss off the dog, isn't he?
So as you guys do approach, Cerberus does turn one of its head towards you, and it does start to sort of snarl.
I knew it. This is Kingdom Hearts all over again.
You heal yourself with your medkit, sure.
Yes,
You guys
'cause
would
I
have had
feel
some
like we're
time
about to
crossing
get
over for that. So.
Yeah, Yinkan actually. Don't you have like a light touch with animals? Maybe.
Yes, with animals, indeed.
Instinctively, you do not
He's
believe
like 3 dogs all in one.
he is. Although your instincts would also tell you that this is a monstrosity, not an animal of any kind.
Well, you can hope.
Ah, shame there's
I
no
could-
skill.
I can hope, yeah, sure.
All right. So yeah, at the moment, it's just sort of snarling at you, one of the heads.
I'm approaching Yinkan. If you have to say something, now is the time.
All right, you and those two
I won't-
Sharkanauts, Zardas, could you please make me a DC 18 Wisdom check? Wisdom saving throw, sorry. Nice. What? The closer you get, the more Cerberus seems to have this absolutely horrifying visage. But you and your men are completely steeled by your past adventures and inch closer towards the beast.
You do not scare me, Puppy One. I am Zadas, and these are my traveling companions, heroes one and all. We seek passage on our quest. Stand aside.
Speaking... What is the 20?
That's the healer feat.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. I was like, that's a bad roll, isn't it? 1 plus 20, though, that's high. Alright, anyway, Cerberus does not speak back at you, but you do notice that the other 3 heads turn towards you. And as you do say those words, they do move sort of back to protect the entrance even more. And then sort of lunge forward and then give this warning bark towards you.
Huh. Well, maybe it's time to try something. Yinkan, you have absolutely zero way to communicate with this thing?
I
Or
do not
anyone
think
here?
I have a way to
It does
communicate.
seem to understand your words, you think.
Yeah,
And
actually, it did.
and what was the thing? Like, you won't let people pass because?
We are not dead.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not dead. You don't belong there.
I mean, I could probably slip by because I can shift into the dead realm, but that doesn't help you guys. Think if I shift into the dead realm, he'll be all chill.
Which dead realm can you shift into?
The ethereal plane.
Ah.
Oh, wait. Huh? Alright.
I don't want to anger Hades, but I might have to kick his pet's ass at this point.
Perhaps we can kick its ass, but leave it alive.
Alexander will step forward with a few of his rations. I'll give the dog 4 of my rations.
Alright, how much closer are you getting?
Since Zardus is there, I will go just to the base of the stairs.
Alright, can you make me
I
a
prepared
wisdom
myself.
saving throw, please?
Wisdom saving throw.
Alright. You, what, so you're throwing at your rations?
I'll kind of like lean forward and set him on the second step, and then take a step back away from the stairs.
Okay. One of the heads looks down at the rations, and it almost looks insulted at you. And then it lets out a warning fire breath. But blows it past you guys. Shit, that's a lot of damage. What the hell?
Alright.
Is that right?
That is interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can sort of feel like your eyebrows have sort of singed off just a tad.
Alright, guys.
Maybe there's a back entrance?
Yeah, what's behind him?
Beyond him is just walls of stone, and there is only one entrance in it.
And it's a door.
It is a great, massive door. It's like 20 meters high.
Do we have any sort of protection from fire, guys?
A
I
bit.
have oil, but I don't think that's what you're looking for.
Let me rephrase that. Can you protect me from fire?
No.
I can protect you from death.
Very well then. I will tell my Sharkanauts this is not a fight for you, my brave companions. Step back.
Alright. Well, following their fearless leader, they will indeed step back from the aura of fear that no one's affected by, and look on.
And while Zadas will hold the trident in his hands, and it's fire a gas? What's fire?
Fire.
Fire is very, very hot.
I know.
It's like it can burn you. But so
It's
can
good for
ice,
cooking.
actually.
like I have something that will make me stop any kind of gas, wind, or fog.
No.
Then I have something that will make me stop any kind of non-living matter.
In
Is that fire?
non-living matter. Well, what's
Yeah.
the description? What are you thinking of? Because in the game
Non-living
terms, it
matter.
would have to say
I can
resistance
create.
or
I
immunity.
can create a
to fire.
barrier. I can create a barrier, and
Right.
it says non-living matter cannot pass through the barrier. Walls, floors, and ceiling can pass through at your discretion.
I don't know. This sounds like one of the hedge cases, but it doesn't.
What about spell effects?
This would be a fire breath. It's not a spell effect as such.
Okay, basically the thing is this: I have a power that makes me stop non-living matter, and a power makes me stop living matter. So let's say fire is either one or the other, right?
Is it matter?
I don't think it's matter.
It's not matter.
Then it's
like
gas. Then gas.
No.
Also not.
Mm.
Damn it.
That's also a matter.
Well,
Alan,
no
don't you have a
problem.
force cage?
Then I have something that
I think
will-
it's
The
too
force
big for the
cage would
force
work.
cage.
I have something that
Can't
will,
you-
no. The cage will be gather around me, companions.
Can't you just put like the force cage around its like mouth like a force band?
No, I can only do it around myself, but I can move with it.
Let's see. A prison in the shape of a cage can be up to 20 feet on a side.
That's
So
exactly
how
the size.
big?
That's
Yeah.
exactly the size.
So that might actually work.
You gotta try and put a force cage around servers.
Put him in his, put
Bad.
him in
He's
his
going to the
cage.
bad boy box.
I mean, it's a
Oh.
gargantuan monstrosity. Oh god.
Yeah. Well, how big is gargantuan?
Yeah, 20.
Gargantuan is 4x4 technically, but it also represents anything bigger than that.
Ah, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
how
but-
big is Cerberus?
The cage will be 4 squares by 4 squares.
His token look exactly 4 squares. When
Yeah,
I'm
his
looking at the map
token.
now.
But you think a Tarask is only, what, 20 feet by 20 feet by 20 feet?
Ah, that's what you're saying. Okay, no, I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, I thought like his token would also be bigger than that. No, okay, no, that's fine. Okay, then guys, gather around me.
Oh boy, this isn't gonna go well. I
Of
could
course
feel it.
not. And I'm sorry that your spider will be dying very soon. Because
Right.
he doesn't
Henry,
fit.
I think it's best if you defend the Sharkanaut.
Unless I ride the thing, because he has to be in the middle.
Is there a reason why we have to get very close to you?
Because the
I
barrier
said
I'm going to
I think
create
that's
will only be around me.
I'll leave you guys to do that. I'm just gonna stand a very far distance away.
The barrier will move with me, Alexander.
He showed us how far the cone was, guys. Just have to be far enough away from it.
Very well. Clearly you're not getting it, so stay there. And
I'm
then
gonna go
I
over
will,
here and hide.
I will hold the trident, and I shall summon. I will use 5 charges from it, and I will create a cube of force, 15 feet on each side. I have to be in the middle of it. So maybe you can make a square aura of 5 feet around me.
Okay.
But yeah, the reason why I don't want to be near you is so Cerberus can't bite me. I'm not very good at dodging attacks.
That's what you're not getting. Now, the effect of this wall is it will move with me, and nothing can pass through the barrier. Nothing at all.
I thought it was one or the other.
But I paid 5 charges, so it's more.
Do you have the description for this?
That's exactly what I linked to you in the chat.
Which chat? You
Roll 20.
Oh, this. Nothing can pass through the barrier. Walls, floors, and ceilings you pass through at your discretion. But where's the rest of it? Okay. You can use an action to press one of the cube's faces, expending a number of charges based on the chosen's face. Cube of four spaces. Table.
Yeah, if you click on the handout of wave, you can see.
Okay, this is a wave thing.
Yeah, that's a wave thing.
All right,
Now
I
it's
thought
too
it
late
was-
for you, Alexander.
this is fair.
Yep,
I accept
okay.
I accept my choice.
I asked
At
you
first
three
I thought-
times. 3 times.
This is fair. I just thought that it was going to be either non-living or living. I didn't know it could be both, but I made my decision. I'll ride with it.
And now, Talon, if you can make me fly, we will just fly over this guy. While Alexander will die here.
Let me
Underestimate my slipperiness.
let me check how many people I can make fly.
Oh, you only need to have.
Yeah, only me, because then I will fly and the cube will move with me.
By the way,
Oh, okay.
Alexander, it looks like one of the heads of Cerberus is following you, despite your attempts to sneak.
Yeah,
This
I
is
will I will expend this spell slot for fly on Zadas, on myself, and on Yinken.
Right. And then we will start fly above this thing and to the door.
Doesn't if it's like a cube of force, doesn't only Zardos need to be able to fly?
Yeah, but he always
Probably, but yeah, I mean, as a warlock, all my spell slots are 5th level, so I mean, it affects 3 people anyway.
Yep. Okay.
So I might as well, in case the cube of force disappears, then I can still fly, and Yinken can still fly.
good plan, because actually that's the second part of my plan.
Alright, then now everyone can see it.
I can
Okay,
see it.
execute your plan.
This go hilariously wrong.
Just for the record.
I can't hear you, Fausto.
Sorry, I can't move the other tokens, but my idea is we start flying above Cerberus.
Yeah, let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Ah,
here.
yeah. So tell me where I have to stop. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, as you guys progress too close, he will try and breathe fire on you guys.
All right.
But as I understand it, that fire can't pass through the barrier.
No.
What happens then is that the doors slam shut. And then you
Okay.
guys can progress flying over him if you want.
So did I notice that that fire thing? How long it passed since he did it last time? Is it something that he can do all the time, or?
In terms of game effects, it's a legendary action. Not a
All right. Okay, then I understand. Okay, very well. Okay, guys. So now it comes the time where we have to defeat this thing. Then.
Yes, maybe before you, although she's second. Maybe move the cube out of its reach before you stop it.
Yeah.
And
that's,
Well, it moves with Zordos, right?
Yeah. So move outside its reach before you drop the cube, so we're safe a moment longer at least.
Oh yeah. Maybe the other side of this thing.
Like here.
So what is this actually? Does it look like a pyramid that door is in?
Basically, on the map, it's essentially like if you imagine that it is the roof tiles, like this section from here
okay.
to there.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to drop the cube just on top of him so that I could like drop on his back.
Yeah, if you want to be on the roof of it, you can be on the roof of it.
Yeah, landing on the roof sounds as safe as it's gonna get.
I don't
On
know,
the
it's
roof of the
pretty safe over
pyramid.
here.
Yeah, but then you would be like, I would prefer that we are on different sides of this thing. So when he breathes on us, only one of us gets taken every time.
Yeah, yeah, would be a good idea.
I mean, that thing is lethal.
Yeah. Then move
It was a very
away
good
from.
roll too.
No fire
Um,
resistance, anyone?
I
Okay.
have fire
I'm able-
resistance, but just from
can-
my ring, so it's just me. And
Just
with
you.
my hit
Yeah,
points,
same for
even
me.
50% of the damage is enough to kill me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you also can have no protection for everyone.
I can get immunity, but only for myself.
Get it?
I have resistance to necrotic and everything that's not magical.
Okay.
I guess we're going this way.
It's going to be difficult. Maybe I have a thing, but then I cannot rage.
So where are we gonna go before you drop the cube? That's
Yeah, we have to decide. Like, now we have protection, but what's-
either we land on the roof, that's one way, and then you can jump on its back and we can spread over the roof to different sides.
yeah,
Or you move far away from it
yeah.
and we charge it, or you charge it then, while we stay out of its range. Those are the two options I see. I mean,
Yeah.
roof or distance.
Um, do we know if he's able to reach the roof from where he's standing?
No, you can't reach the. At least not without jumping. So say that the roof is like 50 feet up and he's maybe like 30 feet tall or
Ah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
but he can breathe on you.
Yeah, didn't you say the door was 20 meters high?
Yeah, I haven't done the math.
20 meters is more than 60 feet.
Yes. Okay, so it's. Well, it would be at about 60 feet then.
Yeah, at
Let's-
about, yeah.
let's call it that.
Right. No, yeah.
So if we go on the roof, he won't be able to hit us.
Melee, but he
Or-
can still breathe on you.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't
We
have
know
to
what
land
this
all
thing's
the way
jump
on the
range is
edge.
either.
True.
Oh,
But-
by the way, I guess the barrier, nothing passes through, but a horrifying visage is still affected by it, so I'm gonna need a wisdom save for Yinken, Talon, and Shisa.
Do you know,
it's
guys?
frightened
We don't know the
effect,
jump
so-
range.
I mean, I can roll if you like, but
Oh,
I'm immune to frighten.
Shisa's like, I don't like dogs.
But yeah, about your roof plan, we don't know how high this thing can jump, or how good it is at climbing. So being on the roof may serve no protection at all.
No. Well, I can teleport every round, so I'm not too worried, but
I can as well. Welcome to the life. It's great.
Is there
Yeah.
some kind of ceiling actually above us, or is it just sky?
I mean, there's underground mountains further up, but it would be hundreds of feet.
it's like the
basically a
Underdark,
wall.
basically, right?
It's like the Underdark, and basically what you're seeing is a doorway into a cliff face, but the cliff face doesn't end at a sky, it ends at like the roots of mountains.
Yeah.
Like negative mountains.
So my suggestion for you guys is to either pick the left or right side and just hang out there and slowly work around each other movement wise. I would say stay away from the right side because as far as we know, the lake is very deadly for us to go in, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So try not to go in there in case he tries to throw you or has some effect that can force movement. So my suggestion is drop off on the left side.
I'm concerned about that breath. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if he does it 2 times in 2 rounds, everything will be dead.
Zadis, do you have rope?
Yes. Why?
Grapple it and tie its mouth shut. Yeah!
Yes, be your cousin. Put a rope around his neck and ride him.
Giggity.
Well,
we
Yeah,
need
but-
we need a plan. We can't just charge this thing like this.
How long are you gonna make up this plan? Because we've been talking for quite a maybe 10 minutes, and this force field lasts for a minute. So
Yes, I
For
can
what?
reverse gravity
For a
and
minute?
let him
Really?
go.
that's what it said,
up.
right?
yeah,
Ah,
a
yeah,
minute.
that's true. You're right. Oh, sorry. Oh no, absolutely. Well, then we should take a decision now. Okay, that's it. Plan B is we fly 60 feet away from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
that's
let's
probably
say,
the
yeah, at the end of the
safest,
room. Huh?
Like in that hallway where Alexander is.
Don't,
I mean,
don't come to
that's-
my hidey
this
hole
is
now that it's
open.
fucked up.
So
Or-
like you're out in the open. It's like the outside in the Underdark.
Well, if we go the other way, it's also. I mean, then Argonauts, Sharkonauts are at risk. Okay, that way works.
Like I'll drop us, on the bridge again. Then you can fly about wherever you like. Yeah, and then the only thing I can do.
Just cry.
Okay, the only protection I can have is I will do the cube of force on myself, but then I can also not attack him. That's the.
Okay, so Yinkin, Zadas, you still have 60 feet flight speed for now. That's
Okay.
up to an hour, I believe, if I keep concentration. No, up to 10
Okay.
minutes.
When I'm there, I will drop the. I will drop the cube. And then then I will die heroically. That's what I will do. That's it. That's my plan. Let's do that. So
Aren't,
that's it.
aren't you,
Let's go initiative. Let's
zealous
see what
barbarian?
happens.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I drop the cube.
Right.
Let the initiative start.
Okay. Yinkin, what do you want to do?
I will. Can you give me a 50-foot radius cylinder, please?
From you? What are
No.
you doing?
For let's see. Around here.
What is it?
Reverse gravity.
Oh, fuck's sake. 50. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. It's a 50.
And how far away was the ceiling? There was no ceiling.
There was no ceiling.
There was, but it was hundreds of feet up.
Yeah, but it is chained up. It has an enormous chain around it.
Oh yeah, and how far can it go?
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
100. Well,
Okay,
the-
so
the
50
cylinder's 100
foot.
feet.
50 fucking foot cylinder. Or it only goes 100 foot. So what? You
50.
fall
Oh, yeah,
upside down and then hover there.
Yeah, it'll just hover there.
Okay.
100 foot,
I
yeah.
will check out what.
Until
it's
he stops
centered on it,
concentration
or-
and then it comes down.
Yeah, until I stop concentrating, and then it falls 100 foot down.
Okay, but it's good. It's good. It's great.
Okay.
40 foot out of breath range, boys.
Well, wait a sec. 'Cause
Maybe, hopefully.
It all depends. A, he gets a dexterity saving throw to grab onto something. The chain is something, but it's also a dog. So I would say if he's grabbing onto the chain, he needs to roll.
Use a mount.
His breath will be limited to the 2 heads.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make a dex save. a 15, which is a fail,
It's an
right?
8. Yes, needs 18.
Alright, so he is now suspended approximately 30 feet above.
Oh. On a chain.
Yes.
Okay, so the chain is only 30 feet.
Actually, yeah, that's a bit short. Let's say 60. So he's at the roof.
Hmm.
So there is a roof?
No, the top
The
of the
roof of
temple.
The roof
The
of the
door-
doorway.
door-
Ah,
yeah.
there was the temple. Okay, very well. Yeah, sure. Okay. So he didn't
Yeah.
bang against that.
No, he didn't.
No. Okay, very well. It's
No,
just like
he's just getting
floating
choked
there.
out by his
Yeah.
own chain.
And you didn't
Nice
center
ocean.
it on him, did you? Because I'm not going to draw a 100 fucking foot wide circle. We just need to figure out approximately where you want to place the barrier. Just draw. Oh, you can't draw, can you?
Oh yeah, I can draw.
Yeah.
So you said it was from this square right here, right?
Yeah. So,
So it'd be out to like,
Oh, it's not that big.
it's not that big.
About 50 radius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just. Yeah. Good.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can.
I
Well,
only
how do you
recently
do
found
that?
out you can do that. Yeah.
Okay. The circle on the Twitch is not visible in my roll 20, but
It's not visible here either.
yeah, it suddenly disappeared again.
Yeah, it's not a drawing. It's just
okay.
calculation. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting an X where it's centered.
Somebody should draw it while I
Okay.
do it.
I tried drawing it and it just disappears.
Yeah, it might be because I've limited drawing or something. Wait,
Hmm.
why can't I fucking move that? Okay, so
But I think then it's okay. Now he's there, hanging. He can't fly. We just have to pellet him with stuff from here, and he cannot come at us, right?
Hopefully.
basically, yeah. Well, he couldn't come at us anyway because he's chained.
Hmm.
it's something like this.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's okay. Just
I think that's yeah.
Alright, yes.
That's a wide area. Jesus.
So yeah, he is. He'll still be able to breathe down on you guys, probably.
Well, hopefully. For him.
Well, hopefully. What?
For him. Hopefully for
Yinkin,
him.
that was your turn.
that
Cerberus
was my turn.
is very frustrated.
As he should. As he should.
I'm gonna say he's gonna try and make another. Well, he's suspended by the chain. He's gonna try and use his turn to pull himself down to the ground. So just a strength athletics check. A 26. So he's slowly pulling himself down. I'll say he's suspended 30 feet at the moment. Sheeta is going to throw an eldritch blast, or a series of them, at it. So let's see, how many do you get now, Stan? Is it 3 or 4?
3.
3.
The first one sort of goes wide as it gets sucked up by the reverse gravity.
It suddenly gets a lot of fucking bullet drop.
But the second and third hit, so she does a total of 20 points of damage. And Tarlin.
Yeah, I will.
Target the chain.
The cube is gone already, or is it still here?
The cube is gone.
Okay, I will fly a bit like this way.
I can put the say the chain is can draw it on or something.
And yeah, we'll so yeah, okay. From here I can hex it, and
You're always flying into great positions for our audience.
Yeah, the map is huge and we need to use this necessary.
Well, to be fair, if he loses concentration, he's gonna fall into a puddle of pain.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
yeah, I cannot hex it.
Almost
Yeah,
broke
please
his own
don't.
concentration. Don't fall to the puddle.
Yeah, right. No, I'm not gonna hex it. Just gonna blast it then.
All right, blasting at Cerberus himself.
Yeah.
All right, he lets out a howl of pain as your first two shots fly. All three fly and hit. So he will. Oh shit! Got the drawn tool on.
29 force damage.
Yep. And I just got to double check. Yep, he takes full damage from that. Alexander.
I will peek out and shoot. I don't believe I'd get sneak attack because you said one of the heads was following me.
I mean he can see you. Yeah.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
you don't get it.
I'm not gonna gamble. He is too far away for any of my bonus action stuff. So, where's my longbow? There it is.
All right, both your arrows hit for 18.
For 18 damage.
And it's magical.
Yes.
Right. You see a couple of arrows sticking out and a few singers from where the Eldritch blasts have hit. So far, you don't seem to be doing too much of a dint into the immense creature. Zardos.
And then I'll use my bonus action to dash as a bonus action.
Okay, where are you dashing to?
Where I've moved to.
Alright. So you still have, Zardos, the flight on you.
I still have the flight, yes. Now the question. If I use again the power of the trident to block everything, and I approach the chain, will the chain be blocked out of it, or is it also an environmental thing like walls and floors and stuff like that?
I thought you could choose something like that to be ignored.
Yeah, but only like it mentioned walls, floors, and ceiling can pass through at my discretion. The chain
Right.
will not pass through then?
Well, material versus. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I need to protect myself from the fire, first of all. So I
Okay.
have to use all. Huh?
Where's the bloody weapon description? I hate
It's
this.
there
fucking
is an
weapon.
there is an handout under gear.
Yeah. Let's see. Cube of Force is the spell effect you're using. Let's look that up. Cube of Force. Because it doesn't go into great detail. Okay, and you used 5 charges.
Yes, I have 31 left.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, you can use an
Damn.
action. The barrier centered on you moves with you and lasts for 1 minute until you use an action to press the cube's 6th face or the cube runs out of charges. You can change the barrier's effect by pressing a different face of the cube and expending the requisite number of charges, resetting the duration. If your movement causes the barrier to come into contact with a solid object that can't pass through the cube, you can't move any closer to the object as long as the barrier remains.
Okay, I'll make it easy for you. Did it look kind of intelligent, this thing?
He has an intelligence of like 6, so more intelligent
Okay,
than an
very well.
animal, but not.
So, as an
Incredibly
action,
bright.
I will press again the number. So I will create the cube that stops everything, and then I will fly 60 feet in his direction.
Okay. But this time you're not taking anyone with you in your cube.
No, only me.
All right. Are you flying
Yeah, it
up
looks
at
like
all,
maybe
or
the
just
bat,
adjacent?
but
That's it.
Okay.
The
Very
bat
good.
would of course be with me.
So he will try and breathe fire on you, expending 3 legendary actions, although it does not pass through the cube.
Cue epic scene where Zara is flying there, surrounded by this cube of force, and all this fire goes all around it.
Awesome, but it does kind of look a bit Minecrafty with the cube.
Yeah.
Zadis is Steve.
Yinken, we're back to you. Have we
Yeah,
missed someone? No.
no. I'm gonna just fly a bit closer as well.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Brett, 60 feet. Don't go that near.
We
Oh,
just
interesting.
saw it.
Charges are lost when attacked by certain spells. One of them is Wall of Fire. I'm not going to be that mean.
No, if you say that it's like this, then it should also stop.
I said specifically
Yeah.
it's not a spell effect. So.
Voilà, so, okay, thanks.
Right. Yeah, Yinken, you've moved.
Okay.
You're flying closer.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I can't really do any. Wait. I'm gonna see how far. I think I was somewhere around here.
Because you guys can fly into the reverse gravity. You just basically turn upside down and yo-yo for a little bit.
I'll go on top of the temple, and that's my turn.
Okay. Let's see. Then we have Cerberus, who's going to try and pull itself back down to the ground with another strength. Let's see. 12. Okay, let's say it doesn't make any progress this time. The force of gravity is too great compared to the rest of its body. Shisa is going to move up a little bit closer and fire more Eldritch Blasts. Did Zardos mention anything about the chain out loud, or is that just Fausto the player?
Yeah, Zara said, I'm going for the chain.
Alright, then she is going to throw 3 Eldritch Blasts at the chain. I would say only the last one hits for 7 points of damage. The chain itself seems to be made of a very darkish metal. Talon, you would instantly recognize it as the sheen of adamantine.
Yeah, okay.
Talon.
Yeah, if it's adamantine, I don't know if we'll break it.
I'll try.
Well, the force did seem to at least get through a little bit.
Yeah, I will teleport down to this point. I will keep concentration on my fly for Zadas and Yinkin, but I'm not flying myself anymore.
Okay, so you've kind of flown behind a cliff. You see where the dotted line is?
Yeah. Yeah. Do I actually have a view from Cerberus from here?
Not from there. Well, maybe you can.
Okay.
Actually, yes, because he's flying, you would probably get an angle. But if you're there,
Yeah.
you get
Well,
a
I
much better angle.
could also I mean, I could teleport 60 feet, so that's more than far enough to get here instead. Plus move a bit. Yeah. I can get here. And Yeah, if she says blasts hit it, I mean my blasts are stronger, I think. So I'll also go for the chain then.
Okay. Hit. Oh, definitely hit.
Ooh.
Okay, all three hit very well. Let's see. So you've got 22,
That
26.
critical was actually the least damage of the three.
It was. Let's see. Okay, the chain looks like there is at least a weakness forming on it. Combined with Sheesa's attempts. Alexander.
Right. Is this like a slope here? This little like slightly lighter
Yes,
gray area?
that's like a 15-foot cliff.
It's a 15-foot cliff. All right.
Also have to scroll down to see you.
I would be trying to get closer, but there's a big fuck off nope zone.
There is, yeah.
Alright, so I will move on to the slope because I have spider climb at all times.
Yep.
And I'll cast haste on myself. And I'll make a shot. I'll gamble this shot because I only get one shot this time, so
What
let's
are you
Yahtzee it.
aiming for?
Cerberus.
Cerberus, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it makes sense that an arrow would be able to even damage an adamantium chain. So,
A
I
magical
don't think
arrow
Alexander
could.
would try
It's
it.
also not going through the cage.
Alright, 22 hits.
That should be a little less than 22 because I didn't click on the right thing.
You definitely are not having trouble hitting this an immense target.
Right. I'm quickly gonna roll the gamble so I can just roll the damage off of it. Alright, 15.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay.
Because that would have been the extra action from haste, not my actual action.
Zardas.
All right. Then I will. If I am on his head, can he breathe on me?
If you're on one head, you could breathe on one of, like, two heads could breathe on you, but not.
Can breathe on his own head. What? Okay.
Yes.
Then I go.
And
for the
and
chain.
one head is holding the chain, right?
One head is holding the train. Yes.
All right. Then I will go for the chain. That's there, right?
Yep.
And here goes nothing, guys. So as an action, I will press the button to take out the force field.
Yep. So
As
it's
a
turned off.
It's turned off. As a bonus, what did we say? The chain goes through or doesn't go through?
It doesn't go through.
It doesn't go through. So I turn it off,
Yeah.
so I can approach the chain. Bonus action, I will rage. And action surge, I will attack the chain twice.
Okay. Whoops, I turned the wrong thing off. There we go. Okay, let's see. A 34 and a 32 hit.
Sorry,
that's
I should add
36 more
I
damage.
should add a bit more. Another 11.
So what, 50... No,
47.
47, right? Yep. Oof. Yes, the chain is very close to sundering. It's hanging by a thread.
Snap this thing! Snap it!
And of course,
Chain or its neck.
it sees that there are several targets within range at the moment. Only two heads can breathe, so I would say that whatever damage, it's reduced by a third. Okay, the targets I could possibly reach, I would say Tarlin, because it's 30 feet up, is just out of range. Shees is in range, and Zardas is in range. So let's roll a d2. What do you fancy, Fausto?
Even.
Even?
Because never tell me the odds.
All right, it's against Shisa. So it is going to empty 2 of its head at Shisa. And let's roll for it. Why did that not roll? Oh, it did. Shit. Okay. So 93, that's going to be down to 62. And Shisa takes, let's see. She does not have any immunity to that. She can't shield. Does she have any spells? The magic resistance doesn't apply. So, no, she takes 62 points of damage.
Doesn't she get a...
Oh, she can still make a saving throw, you're right. So let's roll for that. Oh, she does have a high one. 25. So she sort of like dodges a little bit out of the way and only takes 31 points of damage. Okay. Yinkin.
Let's see. I can get here, and I will try to produce flame on the chain.
Okay. The fire doesn't seem to damage the chain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this
Also,
sucks.
so you're flying above the reverse gravity? Well, no, it doesn't matter because you're flying. Yes.
Yes,
All right.
I'm flying. It's a bit more difficult, but I'm flying.
Yeah,
And I think that's everything I can do.
it is indeed. So we're back to Cerberus. Cerberus is going to try and pull himself down to the ground, which he does. So he gets back down to the ground right adjacent to Zardos. And right before Shisa's turn, it's going to take a legendary action to snap at you with a bite.
Snip.
So 27 for 37 points of piercing and fire. I guess, is that all halved or half is fire damage?
No. Half and half. Okay, so 1/4. All right.
Okay. And then it's Shisa's turn. She is going to. She effortlessly climbs up the side of this thing and moves closer, and just under the, like, say that the actual door is like here. So this is like an overhang. The bottom line, basically. Sorry, the top line. That's like here. Is where the door would be. I can draw it on if you want. So the actual door would be like there.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, she's going to shoot at the chain. Oh, sorry, the first one would have done it. So the first one strikes the chain and Cerberus starts falling upwards. And is now hovering at 100 feet. Well, I can try and let it make a dex save to grab onto the roof at 60 feet, but we'll see how that goes. Wow, this is slow today. It doesn't. So yeah, it's 100 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah, when I do my blast, it also takes a few seconds before they appear today. So this overhang, like here, these is this a wall or these pillars?
There would be some pillars holding up the ceiling if you imagine like a Greek
Okay.
sort of.
Yeah. So it's
facade.
separate pillars. You have sight through the pillars, then I guess.
Do you want me to draw on some pillars so you can see where they would be?
If you don't mind, or well, yeah, I will just get in cover behind the pillar. So yeah, let's say here then.
Something like that. Ruining this terrible. I mean, they're ruining the map.
Yeah, so I will go in cover behind the pillar and yeah, keep shooting at Cerberus. Then if the chain is gone.
Yep. Let me
Yep.
do this.
We have I don't know, 7 rounds to kill him.
Yep.
There we go. Ah, fuck.
That was a better crit this time.
Okay, sorry. Better crit this time. They're all on Cerberus, so he takes a total of 44. Okay. Still not bloodied. Alexander. You
I begin
now
to feel
see...
bad.
Sorry?
I begin to feel bad for this dog.
Do
Don't.
you want to step into that aura? Technically, there is just a tiny little space besides the door there. You could get in across that zone from the other side. So, like, sheets are there at the door. Could maybe do something.
Go, Alexander! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him!
Alexander will begin making his way around. I'm gonna shoot him 3 times. Let's gamble them all.
Is he like restrained since he can't move? Like, isn't he easier to hit?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. How you got a longbow, so it's not a range issue there. So yeah, because it can't really move or dodge. So
Yeah, I also have sharpshooter, so he could be 600 feet away from me, and I could still hit him.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe that's advantage, so maybe you can crit.
yeah, I'd say advantage is fine.
Yeah,
But
I'll
in any
just roll
case,
3
they
more
all
times
hit.
just to see if any are crits.
Nope.
Okay.
So give me some damage.
And then I will
Alright.
bonus action dash.
And I believe he is now blood. No, not quite bloodied. Sorry. Zardas, the moment you've been waiting for. You see the doors before you. You can either fly up to fight the beast or clear the
Sadas
way.
must admit that this is the time for others to take this glory, so he will go to the doors
Yes.
and try to break them open. Or
Okay.
what is it? Just push them open? No.
It's one of those. It requires a combined strength of 25. But I believe you have,
I have
27.
27, yeah. So
Zardas, you take your.
let's
I
open
guess
the
you
doors
sling
of
your
hell.
axe over your shoulder, and yes, you push them open. I would say you count as higher for having have raged a bit. So yeah, you open the doors to hell and create a passage so that they're now open enough that you guys can pass through. So like.
That's it. I will just inform the others. The doors are open. Up to you if you wanna keep have fun with that pet. That's
Something
it
like
for
that.
me.
Yes, Yinkan.
Okay. Hearing that the doors are open, I will take him up on that offer. And And before I go inside, I will take one of the stars from the rope of stars and use magic missile on the floating.
On the floating what?
Puppy.
Cerberus.
Oh,
Puppy.
puppy. I missed that part. Yeah. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, I gave it a blue spot again. Okay, so he takes 24 damage. And is finally bloodied. Cerberus struggles all he can,
And
but
then I go
really
inside.
he is a doggo. He tries to breathe fire on you guys, but you're all out of range. Shisa moves through the doors. And Talon.
Yeah, I will teleport and fly through the doors.
Yep. Okay. I would say at this point you guys can move through. It would be a different story if you want to try and get the Sharkanauts through.
It will be what?
A bit of a different story if you want to get the Sharkanauts to go past.
Because?
Well, they have to climb up the cliffs and...
These cliffs are difficult to climb or what?
well, no, it's just going to be a couple
Okay,
more
that's fine.
rounds.
I mean, I say, wait for me here.
Okay.
Unless Cerberus will get revenge on them. I mean, I don't know. Well, they didn't pass, so.
Well,
In
we
which
did
case-
we did break his chain so he could reach them.
Yeah.
Yeah, though. Then maybe it's better if they come with me. I will ferry them through two at a time with my flying super strength. I'm Superman
Yes.
right now. So I will, I will take them two at a time, and I will.
And Henry can just climb up there.
Alright. Well, let's stick you guys together so I can easily transport you to the next map because, yes. Do you close the doors of hell behind you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Alright,
I would
in
assume
which
they would
case,
close
you close the
themselves.
doors and shortly thereafter you hear the sound of a falling doggo.
26.
Yeah. So he'll be battered but not dead. Alright.
Beautiful scene, epic scene. No, really. Cerberus floating 100 feet up in the air with his legs like
Yes,
What?
indeed.
one.
I am puppy.
I feel bad for whoever has to come yank those arrows out of him and chain them back up. It's gonna be a
Not
real
our
shitty
problem.
day at the vet.
Okay, and I
Who
just
is-
wanna do this.
Who's the Hades like central vet guy?
Sorry?
Like who's like the main vet for Cerberus and Hades?
I don't know.
Like,
I
is there a
don't
god of
think-
veterinaryism?
I guess there is. I mean, it is.
Chiron, right?
Could be.
Chiron, the Greek centaur associated with healing and veteran.
Oh, well,
Let's see.
bad
did
for
that
him and
work?
whoever comes to chain
Abandon
him.
all hope.
Wait, did I put you guys on the wrong layer? Or I'm on the wrong layer, that's the problem. There you go. Yes, you see this?
Yep.
Enormous map
Yes.
now. Okay. So, let me get out my descriptive text. And remove Cerberus.
Nice.
Okay, I'm beginning to think the trident's the best weapon.
I mean, it is a legendary weapon.
Well,
Yes.
this encounter was won by reverse gravity. We didn't need
Yes.
the weapon.
Okay, so you guys, beyond the main gates, a crumbling, the sort of pathway continues. A crumbling stone edifice bifurcates a river of fire. Stone columns jut from the fiery waters. A gatehouse repeats the dire warning of the front gate, and beyond is its great heavy doors, which lay open, A shattered bridge of stone slumps across the lake to where two crucified great statues flank the portal to whatever dark place lies behind. And let me remove the curtain. On the right layer. Here we go. So you see beyond on several of the pillars a number of skeletal archers. But even amongst them are three feminine figures. And they appear to be armored warriors with horned helmets, wielding these bluish sort of whips and swords, and they seem to be quite furious in appearance. Let's see if we can move the camera up a bit further into the darkness.
Are they called Furies?
They could be the Furies by any chance. And what you hear down here, aside from the bubbling of the river, is the sound of some kind of, I don't know, alarm or something like that.
Oh,
It sounds kind of magical in nature, and it does seem like the forces ahead of you are preparing to attack whoever comes through the gates.
I have a feeling this alarm is just the rattling of bones in the distance.
We still
Sticker
flying,
rattle.
Calvin?
Yeah, we can fly for
An
how
hour, right?
was it? Yeah, I think an hour.
Okay.
No, it was only 10 minutes.
Still, this would be within 10 minutes for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say we have 9 minutes left.
Right, then, I want to try to solve this. At least these are not dogs. So, do they see us?
They do see you.
They see us? Okay, then I like make one step forward, and I say, "Hear me. We are here to petition a meeting with great Hades. We come from far. We mean him no harm, nor could we ever face such a force, such a power as he has. I come on behalf of my father, Poseidon."
One of them looks at you, the one that I've indicated here. She looks towards you and says, "We know of you, Sardis, but you also bring forces of an enemy god into our house. And for this, we cannot let you pass.
Whom do you speak of?
Shadow Throne."
We seek weapons to kill the Shadow Throne. We're looking to
And yet
liberate
you
our
bring
friends from
his
his mark.
spy into our domain.
Well,
Oh,
how can they free themselves from his grasp if they cannot look for friendship and camaraderie? A way to fight against a god.
I look to Shisa.
What? What?
Do you speak of this woman?
No, we do not speak of this woman. We speak of that dark elf. And they point to Talon.
Ah.
He is tainted by that, the usurper.
Maybe he's tainted, but he has done nothing else than help us in this quest. He is a brave elf and a true friend.
So you are saying that you will fight with him?
I shall fight with him. Against Charlotte.
Interesting. We shall see how great a hero you are then, should you proceed.
Very well then. I turn to my companions. I don't think that there is an easy way through this.
The gauntlets of hell.
I don't think your dad's gonna be very happy if we start a war between him and his brother.
I don't think it's going to turn into a war. It sounds like they just want to keep me out.
I mean, we can leave you here with the dog if you're feeling so kind.
Rather not.
Are you sure? We can stuff you in the bag of holding.
No,
Bury you underground. Back in maybe an hour.
no, rather not.
Shame.
You can see that the Furies seem to be very on edge. Might be the best way to say it, as if they, in a certain ways, Otis, you feel that there is this kinship between you and they, because you know all about fury and releasing unbridled rage, and these are, you know, to be spirits of vengeance, demigods in their own right. Although, yes, it's hard to estimate. They're truly immortal creatures, but that does not mean that they can't be defeated. But they at least seem to be giving somewhat of a pause. So if you guys trying to convince them to let you in to see Hades, so I'll let you make a diplomacy check. Sorry, a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay, I will try. Actually, I will try. Yeah, since they do not respond to nice words, I will try differently. I will look at them once again, and I will say, Furies, since I stand here now in front of you together with my companions, this means only one thing. We have bested Cerberus like a little puppy.
Like Heracles and Orpheus before you. It is not impossible.
It is not impossible, but both Heracles and Orpheus were very kind compared to me. If you force me to battle you, I shall break your bones and throw what remains of you into this fiery lake. This I swear. Do
Alright.
not force me to do this.
Make your intimidation. A 15. Well, let's
Mild.
see. I'm going to. Why can't I choose that?
I feel like they might laugh at you for that one. A funny bonus tingling.
They regard you and sort of slightly rest their weapons just a tad. If you wish to go in and be judged by the kings and show that you are worthy, so be it. But we will come, and if you are judged to be inadequate, this will be your doom.
Casual Tuesday, nice.
All right. I think I see what this means. I confirm with my friends. I think I see what this means.
Who are these these kings?
Fausto, do you want to give Zodas a history check with advantage?
Yay! I
Okay,
studied a lot.
so the Erinese
Wait, since I
answer.
don't know anything, I will tell him like this. Yes, these are the three kings that visited the baby of another god when he was born. They are called Balthazar, Melchior. You know, there was this comet, and this guy was born in a stable.
The Furies show how you insolent fool! How can you show So much disrespect to Hades. Of course, you should know of the kings Minos, Radamanthus, and Asius, the judges of the dead.
Yeah, it was just a joke. Sorry.
It is not funny.
It's kind of fun.
I can see we're all lovey-dovey friends here.
Of course,
Oh.
these elves do not belong in Hades' realm,
Oh, no, of course not.
but you will be tolerated for now. So they seem to be willing to escort you from judgment.
Alexander
Alright.
looks to the others as like, that seems like it could go even worse than a fight here on the Bridgewood.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we can avoid fighting them later. I mean, just one thing. Is anybody here capable of healing wounds?
I am with a healing kit, and I do know magic.
You know, if we are about to go in the next room and fight all of them together, then I would rather, be.
At full health.
Yeah.
How many hit points are you missing?
My strength is diminished, but not by much. I think a little one would be. I mean, a medium one would be okay.
I got you. I have
That's
24 HP back.
exactly what I needed.
Look at the mighty Sardas with his wet nurse.
I hope for all of you that we do pass this test in the next room, because otherwise you will pay everything and more than I have promised you here. Let's go.
They seem to be encouraged by this. So, is everyone going then? Including the Sharkanauts?
I tell the Sharkanauts, this is where our path together ends, my friends. Wait for me here.
They
If
seem
I shall not
secretly
return-
to be glad of this.
If I shall not return, tell my story.
Alright. So,
Do we join or
yes.
will it let
course.
us go alone?
No, what?
Um,
I'm doing this because of you, darling.
Henry, I think it's a good idea for you to stay here as well.
Okay, Henry the Spider is like...
Are we considered to be
You can
outside?
talk.
Yeah, but he can still make spider noises.
But would he?
I don't know.
He doesn't.
In
He
Norland,
doesn't
they have a word that's
deem
just...
you worthy of his voice yet. For now, you get only clicks and slurps.
Sure. Okay. I will see you later. I believe in you.
So the Furies sort of converge, flying. And
Do they have wings or is it magical flight as well?
they have wings.
Oh, okay.
They're like armored angels.
Yeah.
Or demons.
Nice wings.
Depending on how you look at things. But yes, you need to cross over this broken bridge, although with the combination
fly.
of flight spells and it's really in your DC
Teleportation.
10, so you can I would say cross without too much effort. So let's move you guys up. So you move towards these great sort of figures, and as you come closer to them, what look like statues actually look like the corpses of immense beings, and it looks like they might be the corpses of titans.
Mm.
And they lead you
Sun's
into
fitting.
a foyer.
Who's going to Beyblade spin across their face?
You enter this grand hallway where there are 3 doors. There's also one on the eastern side, to the left of the right of the image. It's just hard to see because the way this map is made. But you see these giant cyclopses that are standing guard at those doors.
Brock would have loved to come here.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
One of the Erinese turns around and says, "You mean that giant dwarf thing?
Yeah.
Hardy fool. He is trapped here in Hades forever now, making trinkets for the queen."
What?
Oh.
How did that happen?
I think we might be getting a confusion of people here.
What do you mean? A fire giant dwarf?
We
Yeah,
might
There's
not
not
be
that
confusing
many
people.
of them out there.
But from the way he speaks, I imagine you would have heard of him.
Is his
Yeah.
last name Adamantine?
That's the one.
Ah, damn it, Brock. Why do we always have to save him?
It takes all three of them to open the doors, and beyond. Let's see.
We'll just reincarnate him.
Now,
Hopefully he
this
comes back
is
as
a
squirrel
slightly
or a
tricky
rat.
map because
No.
this section outside is actually the story above. So the bridge continues, and it's a larger gap this time. So what you see is let's see. So you move through to a great hall. You see that sorry. Oh, I didn't have a description for that. Where did that go? Okay, I've moved it around the wrong way. So, Fiery of Judgment, there. Beyond the great doors, it's a chamber over a river of fire. High above, a broken aqueduct carries a stream of liquid fire to pool under a broken bridge, leading to yet another set of massive doors. Walkways over the aqueduct lead into dark recesses near the ceiling, perhaps hinting at passages on the level above. So you guys can roll a history check or a religion check if you're trained in it for the river.
I am trained in neither.
Or Fausto for me, right? Okay,
Sure.
this one must be a part of your combined sort of lines of interest because you believe this to be the river Phlegethon, one of the rivers that flows into Hades, and this is known as the River of Fire. According to legend, it flows all the way down into the depths of Tartarus that are far more like the hell of the nine what is it called? Levels? No.
Yeah.
And yes, so you're pretty sure that this is not the kind of water you want to take a dip in.
No.
So
It looks
let's
so
see.
warm and cozy.
Flying for Zardos, flying for Yinken, flying for Talon. Then we have Shisa and Alexander. Alexander, can you just teleport whenever?
I'll bring Alexander.
How far is the gap actually?
The gap is 15 feet, so that would be
Oh yeah, I can make that.
an athletics check. To
I
jump.
can just Misty step across.
Oh, okay, yep. And Shisa is not very athletic.
Alexander, actually, if Shisha turns into a snake and wraps around my stomach, would she become equipment as she becomes a belt?
No, but I would say she'd be portable.
Mhm.
All right, I shall port her along if she becomes a snake.
Yeah, you actually no, because she counts as a creature. So if you can't bring another creature with you, it wouldn't count. You just leave the snake.
I will just fly people with me.
Okay, yes, Zardos flies her over, and you're brought to the second set of doors, which are promptly opened, and you are brought into a very large chamber. Actually, I'm
As
gonna-
they're opening the door, Alexander will look at the few. He's like, "Have you guys ever thought about doing some renovations?"
Well,
Place-
maybe
place-
the rock could pick some of the bridges.
Actually, one thing you might notice is that if you saw spirits crossing this bridge, that they wouldn't be affected by the actual physical realm. So it could be one of the reasons why things aren't that well maintained. But then aside from that, you also have this place, especially to you, Tylen, knowing architecture and archaeology very well. This place looks almost as ancient as the city of Relia or wherever you actually were. A truly ancient place that seems to predate recorded history by your best judgments.
Yeah.
And it's also built for immense beings for the most part. Probably should notice that this map is more or less... we're leaving it at this scale, but imagine it to be twice the size. So the winding passage beyond the doors leads down a flight of stairs into a gargantuan chamber surrounded by a pool of liquid fire. A daunting outcropping of stone hovers above the pool, in the center of which a three-pronged pillar of rock, like an outstretched claw, juts out from the burning waters. At the end of each stony digit is a throne, on which sits a kingly yet ghostly figure. The rest of the chamber is dedicated to stands on which ghostly witnesses stand, staring at the outcropping of rock before you. An aqueduct stretches across the southern part of the chamber, and two stone balconies on the east and west walls watch over the whole chamber. You'll notice that the stand to the north is empty of spirits. And the Furies sort of step aside and say, "When your names are called, step forward and be judged, like the dwarf was judged."
Well, if Brock made it, we can all make it.
Who says that he made it? Like I said,
Yeah, he didn't make it.
I'm sure he's fine.
it could
It's Brock.
have something more to do with the libations he partook of.
Well, if he's making trinkets here, I'm sure he's loving it. He likes making things.
Can you guys give me a perception check?
Sure can.
Oh, wow. Some good ones there. Excellent. All of you guys, despite the bubbling of the water and the... well, I mean, the crowd aren't really making much noise, but the Furies are certainly there, flapping their wings. But even from here, you can hear the vibrations and clanking of something that sounds like metal on metal coming from somewhere in the vicinity of the balcony up here, or somewhere far beyond that, perhaps. They don't sound that close, but they do sound so big that, you know, it kind of shakes the place a bit. In any case, you hear one of the kings in the middle speaks up and with a hoarse voice says, "Now it is a time for you who have come before us to be judged. We will begin with the one known as Alexander." He reads from a scroll. "Step forth." And the Furies indicate for you to, yes, step forth onto this pillar.
Alexander steps forward and he takes his hat off, as is the only sign of respect that he actually truly knows.
Indeed. Okay. Let me just adjust that because my headphones were slipping off a tad. And maybe we can fit just a tad bit more onto the map. There. We'll move you guys forward so that the audience can see where you are. They should all be on screen now. Okay, so Alexander, you step forward, and the one to the left, he looks like a stern, regal king, and he says, "I see a child of Corellon and Artemis, a child of darkness, born of a place between worlds, yet free before us, a hunter of many things. What would you confess of your life?"
Well, I confess I've killed a lot of things and had a lot of fun doing it. As all children of Krellin, as far as I can figure, like to party. I'm no different. I like to give things. Riches. Whatever I can grab. As long as it keeps coming. I also confess, I don't trust that dark-skinned guy back there. Tarlin. You look like you might shoot me in the back, mate. I also confess when I see Brock, I'm going to roughly question how he always gets himself in awkward situations.
You are
Alexander
honest,
smiles wide.
which is good, because we can see that you take pleasure in the hunt and have unleashed great evils on the cosmos. You released the Dark One from his cage to do untold darkness. Is this not true?
Of course.
Did you release the Devil Strahd from his cage?
Well, yeah. I don't regret it. I'd do it again.
You have resisted the lure of your desires and chosen camaraderie over the pursuit of your own happiness. But will you be worthy on the balance? Does it matter? This is not your afterlife. You are not dead. We cannot pass judgment, and your soul does not belong to Hades.
What
You
did he
may
ask you?
go. He reads from his list.
That went well.
So
Going south.
many of you are at the opposite end of the alphabet. The next to step forward is Shisa. She sort of slithers her way forward into the position and says, "I am only here for one thing." Yes, we know this, but even so, you are a heartless creature, cold and calculating, a facade of pleasantness hiding fang and venom. Yet you do not live, and yet you possess no soul for us to judge. What are you? You would commit grave sins for your own greatness. But being great, bring great beauty through your art and music to the many. You have come for the blade Lord Hades wields, Black Razor, the devourer of souls. Of those before us, you most belong here, and yet you should not exist. Dark magics are at work here. We kings cannot pass judgment on you, for we do not know what you are. You are neither living nor dead. Is that all? Is that all you have to say? Then we are done. She slithers back. Now it is time to judge the spy, the serpent, the other serpent in our midst.
I step forward.
darling.
No need to call names.
You are
He is pretty shady.
You are a servant of things older than even the Titans, a keeper of secrets. You sold your soul to two powers and have seen the shores of Relaya, the most ancient of all the dead places you have visited. Tell us of your sins.
My sins may be many, but I do not recognize them as such. My quest is for knowledge, and I do what I have needed to do. I have no regrets and nothing to confess.
You have done many terrible things to gain power. You have betrayed your allies when it suits you. And your chaos is something you take solace in. Witting or unwitting, you are the pawn of Shadowthrone, the usurper, the disdained one. And yet, you have shown loyalty at times, and the die might be cast, yet it is not yet fallen. You do not belong to the Queen of Spiders any longer. Something far worse will devour you. We cannot pass judgment on you, for you are a child of the Spider Queen and do not belong to Hades. And so, step forward, Yinkin.
Yes.
Beloved of Corellon, Artemis and Demeter, you are a creature of change and compassion. To the simple creatures you are a god, uplifting them to grant a human psyche. Yet of you we can say the least. What say you of your deeds?
All I can tell you is I don't know a lot about Shadow Throne. I have seen his wrongdoings, and I wish to end them, which is why I'm here.
You are a force of nature, but I sense you speak true. You wield the elements as unbridled as Poseidon, and yet your heart stands close to us. Is this because you are of the old ones? It is clear that your intentions are good. You aid and heal your companions, and care for the simple creatures as you find them. You are on your way to untainting the stars you wielded. Once wielded by the nymph Demetria. We judge you worthy, but you are not ours to judge. You belong to the Firefolk and Corel.
I take a bow, and I stand back.
Which leads us to Zardas. Zardas, son of Poseidon. Before us stands a true hero, the slayer of Ogamok, prince of elemental evil, a great sailor and fearless leader, but alas, still breathing. Oh, that was the wrong one. Okay, whatever. What say
Damn.
you of your deeds?
I am Zardas, brave man and lover of women, and I have fought men as I have loved my women, with fury and passion. I made mistakes in the past, but I do not regret them, same as Talon. What I've done because it needed to be done, and because I wanted it to be done that way.
As passionate as his maker, his weakness is of the pleasures of the flesh, and he has ploughed through as many hearts as the prow of his ship through the waves. Many men and women have followed him to their deaths, yet he speaks true. His intentions are great, but he is blessed by Poseidon to be his champion. He is worthy of Elysium, but his time has yet to come. You are judged worthy. And in accordance to this, we must defer. And they sort of bow their heads and say, judgment has been passed. The Furies seem to be a little bit frustrated by this. They
Actually,
sort of...
how do they look like, these Furies?
How do they look?
Like are they beautiful? Huh.
yes.
Very well. So yeah, like when they look a bit disappointed, I kind of step down from the perch here, and I look at I look at one of them, but in fact I look at all three of them, and it's like we can still have some fight.
Oh no.
They seem to be angered by this insinuation, and they say, "There are many souls which we must take now to the surface to get their vengeance upon those who did ill to them. You are all lucky that you have not been condemned to Tartarus, the life of eternal torture." And they sort of storm off for the time being. And you guys hear a disembodied
Didn't the slow clap go out of... Oh no, who is that?
Do we have an
Like
idea where
someone's
it's
getting
coming from?
spanked.
you think it was coming from this direction. I don't know if you can see that far up onto the map, so I can...
I
It
can't
seemed to be
indeed.
coming from
yes.
this empty section.
Okay.
Let's move in that direction,
Should have that.
or fly straight over.
I don't think that's good.
The king sort of like
Um,
turn towards you as you
yeah.
make a move towards there,
By
and
the
the
time the
Erinys turn back
judgment
around
is
and
over,
grab their
the
weapons.
fly would probably have run out.
Yeah,
okay.
possibly.
Then,
Yeah.
Then we'll have to
Yeah.
walk.
You just hear this fading laugh coming from that direction. And
Who
the
goes
king
there?
sort of look towards you and say, "It seems for the time being that the Lord of the Manor has approved your presence, but that it is not spoken yet to you, so assume you are being tested. You may go. The doors are unlocked."
Go where? We are here for the sword Black Razor. And we know that Hades has it. Where is the king? The true king. The one true king.
The Zeus of the underworld must not wish his presence to be known if he has not revealed himself. I suggest you search for him. Now, if you'll excuse us, there are multitudes of souls to be judged. And as you can see, there is actually a line of spirits sort of coming down the stairs waiting. The Erinys sort of point towards the door from which you have come.
All right.
Mhm.
Lead the way, Zardas.
Well, I'll move you guys back to the foyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Don't want to get too many of them. Alright, so you're brought back here. Two of the Erinys are already flown off. The other sort of says, "Don't get too lost." Oh, and sorry to everyone at home because I've not centered the view. There we go. So, yes. And then she says something in, what would it be? I think in Giantish? Yes. She says something in a very primitive form of Giantish. I don't know if anyone can understand that. Aside from Brock.
Nope.
Nope.
And the Cyclopses sort of stand a bit to the side.
Oh, maybe we have to choose a door at this point.
And the Aranese
Take the
just
western door.
flies through the door and then just flies out and away.
Let's try one, I guess.
Say we go west.
Sure.
All right. You reach the door, which is closed but not locked. The Cyclops looks down at you and mutters something in Giantish. Oh wait, can't Harlan? No, you can only understand the written.
Yeah. If it's written, I can understand it, but not if it's spoken.
Well, there are probably runes over the door saying more or less that they're leading to the west wing. But
Guessed.
but yeah, there's not too much there other than that. Zardas, you are so strong that you are able to push the door open by yourself, although in hindsight from the reaction of the Cyclops, he was just like basically asking if you wanted him to open the door, and he's just like as if disappointed. And let's see.
I'm sure you're a big, strong boy.
So you
Anybody
see...
here can cast light?
Yeah, this is a very dark and gloomy place.
Yeah,
No, I
but
only have produce flame.
should we cast light?
Yeah, then I can see something.
Okay, I'll cast. Wait, don't I have dancing lights? I do.
All right. I'm just gonna center a light on Zardas.
Yeah.
Get a load of this non-dark vision haver.
So you can see a
Fire
little
and
bit.
lights and such.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll let the light turn into like a humanoid female form that walks by Zadas.
That's appreciated, my friend.
So you can see from this position that there is another Cyclops sort of standing towards the door, and as you guys get closer, I've forgotten about Shisa. Can Shisa understand?
She has been deemed not worthy.
She might be able to speak to them. No abyssal, common, draconic, but spells comprehend languages. She can understand them at least. This guy starts speaking in Giantish, and then Shisa sort of nods at him. He says that his name is Berthomidius, and he guards the doors to the Forge of Titans. To the south, he says that there is his friend, but beyond is a rather senile Titan, and that perhaps that place is best avoided.
The south or the north?
Yeah, well,
South.
it's hard to see from here, but around the corner is like this.
If Brock is making trinkets, he might be at that forge.
Hey, what is that blocked off? Oh, there you go.
Tell him we are looking for a dwarven friend of ours.
I cannot speak his language. I can only understand. But she does mime a hammer and anvil.
I can. I will telepathically tell him that.
Yeah,
we're,
you do
look, he can't answer though, so it's
Yeah, well, he can speak, and then
Yeah.
she's understand him.
yeah.
It's a 3-point.
Needlessly complicated.
Okay, so
It will take
yes,
time.
you can get a three-way conversation going here, basically.
Wait a second.
Why don't we just grab a
Hey,
piece of paper and draw a
Oh,
dwarf
oh
on
boy.
there?
Excuse me, I'm wearing this.
Okay, well then you can understand as well.
Dude.
I remember I had some useless thing, and then something like, wait, oh,
Some
It is useless no
useful
longer.
thing.
now it's useful. So
Yeah,
yes, I
so you
understand you,
understand this.
my dumb friend.
Um,
So we are looking for a dwarf, like a small bearded.
he still does not understand you. Oh,
Pull
but
out a
you
piece of
communicate.
paper.
Yeah, okay. The telepathy thing, right? He says, "No small dwarfs, only giants
Oh yeah, of course. Maybe he's giant now. Yes, where is he?
behind doors." He's
Behind
sort of,
that door, behind you.
hmm. You won't go in?
I do. Step aside.
Yes.
No, I opened door. And he
Sure.
sort of moves and opens the door. And you hear this grumbling coming from down the hallway, just like, you got to open door. No time do I get to open my door. No one
Very
likes
well.
the guy in your door. They're shouting towards each other just. Right, so you enter into a hall that continues on. And sheets are up as well. And you can
Oh.
distinctly hear clanging coming from the north. And these, the trickle of these fiery waters as they sort of move past the aqueducts. And as you continue on northward, you see another door in the darkness, but you are also you also hear the sounds of immense snoring coming from the northwest. And you see that there is actually a cyclops, the one that presumably is meant to guard that door, that's curled up into a corner. Jeez, why can't we see from Zardes on the stream? That's weird. Wait, is there some kind of barrier there? No. Has sight. All players can see.
I can see. Maybe you don't have my card sheet assigned to you.
I'm the fucking dungeon. Oh, I'm a player, actually. Now that you mention it. On the thingy, so yeah. I can get to Zardes and make sure.
I
that
don't think
have
it has sight of
access.
my token as well.
No, not all players, but Dungeon Master. There we go. Why didn't I change anything? Okay. I'm gonna see if all players works just to test it out. Now I can see at least. Alright. Yes. So you see this snoring cyclops that seems to, despite the immense rhythmic hammering coming from beyond this chamber to the north, is completely asleep by all signs.
Well, let him sleep. I can open my own doors.
You can indeed. And you open the doors to reveal what appears to be the body of an immense titan in a state of decomposition, sitting next to a floor, an immense forge where a fire giant that looks like an immensely oversized Brock is hammering there, and the spirit of the titan, which seems to be hovering nearby, conversing with him in primordial. Anyone understand that?
Yes,
Well,
that's actually my language.
The comprehend languages, yes. Yes, primordial is there. Yes, so the vast. I think everyone can. What? Everyone can actually understand this, aside from
Yeah.
Thailand.
I mean, primordial is a pretty common language pickup.
It is, and a very ancient language as far as languages go. But basically,
It fitted with my elemental thingies.
Brock hasn't noticed you coming in yet because he's busy forging something. And you can see that the spirit is all like, "No, you have to do it this way. Like you're doing it all wrong. No, 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 that's not how you use my forge." And then he's just like, "You blathering idiot! Do you have any idea who you're speaking to? I'm Brock Adamantite. I know what I'm doing." And he sort of looks down at you and is like, "Hey, wait, blue guy, I know you. Oh, wait, is that? Oh, wait.
Brock, you
what?
oversized idiot. Listen to the man. He's clearly got you outskilled. What are you doing down here? Did your beard get tied around your shoes and you fall down here or something?
It's a long story, guys. I jumped through the portal first and you guys never followed. What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Was wandering through this crazy place for ages. I had to get in a boat with this creepy old dude that wanted me money. And then, like...
Yeah. How'd you get past the dog?
I just waited outside until one of those winged creatures came. And, yeah.
Until what? I lost it. You waited outside until?
One of those winged ladies came. That she was going through. And then she didn't let me in. And then I was here for like 3 days. And then I wouldn't go away. The doggo wouldn't let me in. And then
That's alright, Brock. You don't have to explain that. The
I
important
was
is that
drinking some water. And I forgot where I was.
Might not have been water if you forgot where you were.
You drank from the river of forgetfulness or whatever it was called.
Oh, well, that wasn't all I drank from because I found these barrels with this pomegranate wine stuff and it was great. And then they were saying I can't leave because I drank it. Which is a weird rule.
Yeah, so
Well, you
you've
might have
basically just been drinking.
Well, my memory's a bit foggy to be fair. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to. I mean, the other weird thing is normally when I transform into a giant, because I thought I'm a bit drunk. If I want to get sober, I'll transform into a giant. Then I drank the pomegranate wine. Tastes real good. Can recommend it. But then this invisible dude was saying, now I'm trapped here forever, and he wants me to make him a crown for his missus.
Brock, you might have killed yourself, you idiot.
Wait, I'm not dead. But funnily enough, I'm kind of stuck in being a giant. I kind of like it. I think Zadara would like it.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be leaving anytime soon.
Well, what do you mean?
I'm pretty certain you might have killed yourself with that wine.
No, that guy over there, he's dead. I'm not dead. Look, I'm flesh and blood. And he sort of leans down and he sort of like offers you his dirty hand. And then looks up and is like, oh, but there are ghosts in here, aren't there? That's that pretty lady that does the singing stuff.
I look
Shisa's
around. Do
just
we see
looking
these
on the-
people?
I mean, he's referring to Shisa.
Oh.
If
Say,
you recall,
Brock,
he went
in
to
your
the
time
concert.
here, didn't you happen to see some sword or something? The thing we actually came here for?
I think the boss man has that one. The invisible dude.
Did you finish the crown?
I'm still working on it.
Maybe we
But I'll
could
tell you what,
trade-
guys. There is a shit ton of gold and gems and platinum and all the shinies you can think of. Rubies, emeralds, diamonds. This place is loaded.
Well, yeah, it's owned by a god. The god of death? You know, the guy who owns a sword to kill another god that we are on a quest to murder?
Yeah.
Shadow Throne, you remember him?
Are you speaking in common now?
I'm speaking in primordial.
Okay. Then the other dude chimes in and is like, "Oh, why do you have to bring up Hades? He's so annoying. Ah,
What, do you not like Hades?
no, he killed me.
Who are you?
Me?
Shitty luck.
I am Siderius. Have you not heard of me?
No.
Uh,
You known for
Hades,
something?
he killed me in the Titanomaquia. You must have heard of this at least.
No.
Zardas, you can roll religion check for guys trained in it. History as usual. Oh man, but it's the same for you, Zardas, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, everyone has heard of the Titan or Maquia.
We can roll religion if you're trained in it.
Yes. It was a war between the gods and the Titans, which the gods won.
Of course, they always win. As far as we know. Except for that one time that starts with an R, that they're supposed to lose that.
This
Some of
Broke figure, he is trying to make a crown for Queen Persephone. She's a lovely lady.
Are you just
But
saying
not
that
Hades.
because
Where is she?
Where is she?
Yeah.
Have you... Well, you know she only lives here 6 months of the year?
Are we in the right 6 months?
No, but she's supposed to come back soon, you know? When her mother gets upset and the winter starts coming after the harvest. Or at least that's what I have been told. I have been down here for an eternity. Look at my body. He brings it here and it rots. He makes me this silly place. But can I use my tools? No. But Brock can, but he refuses to follow my advice. Yeah, that's because you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Brock, let's not anger our hosts here.
No. Look, guys, the technology's come a long way since his day. I mean, if he'd have me doing bronze and stuff, he doesn't even know how to work iron into steel.
So any way we can talk to Hades? Do any of you here know how to get to him?
All you have to do is speak. It's not as if he can't hear every word you say.
Then I speak. Hades, we seek an audience with you. Do you really want us to wander your halls aimlessly until we find you?
There is no response.
Yeah, I look at the time. I don't think he heard me.
Oh, he heard you. He's just a prick.
I see.
You don't know he is one of the worst-tempered creatures you will ever meet. He never smiles, not even to his wife. Never. And the whole story about how he got her, oh, well, it was that magical wine that he made with the pomegranates that forced her to stay here, and it's only because the deal with the other gods that she'll be released every 6 months and she comes back, and he's very rapey. But we're all pretty rapey.
Maybe we should help her.
what?
Persephone?
Maybe she can reward us with a sword.
Interesting. Butter her up.
So to speak.
I do have an old friend. His name is Endiathitos.
Yes.
But he is a bit, he has drunk a little bit too much from the river. Well, to be honest, he is dead like me, and just like the other titans you see here, Hades likes to take our corpses, bring our spirit here so he can mock us on occasion. But he is down to the south. I can't go and visit him so much, so I have to bribe the Cyclopses to bring the messages back and forth. But they don't like to go into him because he is a little bit crazy. But he knows something of Persephone. I am pretty sure of it. Or was that the other one? It could be the other one.
You might be going a bit crazy yourself, my guy.
Lethos is in the other side, but I get even less messages from him because he is dead. And I mean, like, he was a titan of death. Ish. It's all kind of vague how things worked in the time before because we had not really rules for the cosmos. Oh, those were the days.
So, Barak, how long for that crown?
These things take time. It's not just a crown. Like, look, it's pretty. It does show you a rather large, enormous crown that is completely bedazzled with jewels, and might look slightly on the dwarven slant of things, for what you imagine to be a titaness, but he does say that. Well, the part now is to sort of make it into, like, a legendary crown fit for the Queen of the Dead sort of thing. So, it's going to take some time, but I don't know, a couple of days at most. Depends. Really, if you would accept my help, I can help with the magical side of things. Yeah, but you don't know shit about forging, do you? And I'm Brock Adamantine. If you want it done right, Adamantine.
Glad you remember that part.
So we should go and speak with this guy to the south, right? He may know more.
Yeah. Sure, it could be worth your time. It could.
Very well. Brock, you stay put here. We'll come back when we know more.
Well, I'm trapped here for all eternity, apparently, so,
What?
yeah.
No, you're gonna. We're gonna get you out. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Brock. We'll get you back to Zadara. Is that it?
Oh, Zadara. If I knew I could give this crown to her.
Well,
Don't get any big ideas.
I wouldn't drink any of the libations here if you can avoid it.
Right. I'll make sure to steal some so we can doom some random people to this plane. Don't worry.
He sort of scoops out like a handful of the molten fire and drinks it down. Because it is like, it's not lava, it's like a liquid fire. And he's like, some benefits to being a fire giant. Wait, that reminds me. That's how I got past that doggo. He's trying to breathe fire on me and I just squeezed past him. The fire didn't do shit.
Right. Hey, Ghost Boy, you said you paid people to deliver messages?
The Cyclops outside, but he does do a lot of sleeping.
Well, if you pay me, I'll deliver your next message.
I don't pay him, I bribe him with stories.
Oh, shit.
He likes the stories.
We can do that.
Fuck it, I'll do it for free for you.
Can you speak, giant? No, I can't speak, giant. But
This guy can.
yeah, the creepy one. He points to Talon. He's got all the tentacles and stuff, but he can speak into your mind.
Yeah, I have no clue what they're saying because I don't understand Primordial.
This is all foolishness. I sense the sword is near. It is to the east somewhere. Why
Yeah,
do we
then
need
you-
to speak to this
Then
Titan
you guide
spirit?
us.
Well,
Yeah, let's go.
She's like,
she's
yes, of
how.
course.
I don't think we should abandon Brock though. He's the guy who built your statue.
She sort of turns around. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, it was a great statue until someone defaced it. And then she sort of gives Brock a bow and says, then I am honored, Master Dwarf Giant Thing. I wish one day it shall be repaired, but nothing matters now but the sword.
Then guide us, Shisa.
She moves towards the south again. And she pauses for a second and says, it is south.
Lead the way.
She does. And she's like, strange. Yes, there are stairs this way. This way. And then she's like, no. No. Now it is to the east. Far to the east. The northeast. The north.
Clearly you don't know.
It is moving.
Something. It is moving. Somebody's wielding it.
It's either moving or it's tricking your ability to find it.
It feels like teleportation of some kind.
Well, we are here. Let's talk with the other guy, I guess.
Baromotheus is there, opening the door for you to pass through. Did you... I mean, did you get what you need?
Yes.
Partially.
Oh, stay away from pool. Bernie.
Yeah, can we cross this? How do we cross this?
With a
I
leap.
walk along the wall.
Shisa also walks along the wall.
Really now?
How bright is the light here?
The natural light is just coming from the fire itself, so it's only like what you'd expect a dim metal to, a sort of heated metal to give off a glow. It's mostly dim light.
Okay, then I can teleport across.
Zardes, don't you have like really strong legs? Why don't you just jump it?
Yes, but what about Incan?
You can teleport.
Oh, yeah, actually, I walk behind you and suddenly I appear behind Alexander.
Yeah, like you're the only one who's incapable of such things. Just
Everybody
jump it.
here can teleport. What is this?
Yeah, we can all teleport or walk on walls. Come on, just use your legs.
Ah.
You gotta
alright.
give a mighty
actually,
jump.
Oh, wait. Where is it? No, never mind. Sorry, I misread something.
So yeah, I don't know. These stairs, they bring to some balcony that then I can cross over, or
They
people
seem
jump
to lead
over.
into a different section.
So I just have to jump.
Yes.
Isn't
Yeah,
your
sure.
Jump
Okay.
distance
I
like
will take some. Yeah, I will take some. Run, and then I will pole vault using my trident.
Okay. Roll an athletics strength check.
26.
Alright, yes, you clear the distance. Land on the other side, and feel that the ground
3-point
beneath you is slightly unstable, but not an issue. And you see this other Cyclops to the south of you that that looks up with excitement at your presence. People!
Finally.
Can open door for you to see crazy Titan ghost?
Please do.
Yeah, Alexander makes an
Oh.
opening door motion towards him.
Okay. The door opens to reveal a chamber beyond. In this chamber, you see that funnels of the and I've got to move Shisa again. Tunnels of this liquid fire sort of pour into the room and go under steps and chambers, and you see this throne with a massive corpse-like creature. Can't get further. Oh, it's cut off, so people can't see the head, which is kind of appropriate. At one end of the room, and this massive table with an ornate scroll sitting on it, and you can feel a chill in the room despite the heat of the river. And you hear this disembodied voice calling out in primordial. Huh? What? Where? Who? Visitors? Whose voice does this belong to? Have they come to the right place? Or is this a trap? Can we believe these titans? Or are they just lying? We'll find out next time, next Monday, when our game continues. So that's as far as we're going to get tonight.
Woohoo.
And join us next week for the, hopefully, conclusion to this journey into Hades. And yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Hope we will see you next time. Keep an eye on the stream tomorrow night for DDO, and perhaps some other games later in the week. Otherwise, we will be back and having you asking, is it Monday yet?
Yoo-hoo!
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Next week.